This episode of The Presence is the true story of pastor and statesman Daniel Ortega Reyes. By taking every thought captive, Pastor Daniel maintained God's presence through Nicaragua's Sandinista takeover and imprisonment. Pastor Daniel's life is a modern-day parallel to the prophet Daniel found in the Old Testament. Both men were imprisoned and faced death. Both were granted godly influence over a nation through their service to its ruler. Daniel of the Bible, as well as Daniel of Nicaragua, demonstrate how to take every thought captive by implementing a godly educational policy in the nation they serve. You're familiar with the prophet's encounter with God's presence while in the lion's den? Listen now as Pastor Daniel recounts his encounter with the presence of God while being held prisoner during the Sandinista regime.
So I put my body on the floor, face to the earth, and I said, "You are real, and that you are the one I'm looking for. Okay, use me, and forgive me. Whatever I did in this time of life, whatever you're thinking, I am here." So in that moment, some light appeared to me. Light, like I never in my life seen light, and peace, and power.
In 1972, an earthquake destroyed nearly 90% of Managua, the capital city of Nicaragua. 13,000 were killed, 20,000 injured, and over 250,000 left homeless.
Nicaraguan officials in Miami today issued an urgent appeal for blood donors. They said there's an immediate need for 20 to 25,000 pints of whole blood for the victims of Saturday's earthquake in Managua.
90% of the city has been utterly destroyed. Even the few tall buildings which do remain will soon be brought down by dynamiting. Martial law has been declared. The army is now in full command of the city and the country.
The brutal Somoza dictatorship used this earthquake to fill its coffers by siphoning the majority of relief funds. This sparked what is known as the Sandinista Revolution. Over the next 10 years, Nicaragua became a chess piece in the Cold War as both the U.S. and Soviet Union sought influence.
To do nothing in Central America is to give the first communist stronghold on the North American continent a green light to spread its poison throughout this free and increasingly democratic country.
Civil liberties were lost, lands were seized, people were falsely imprisoned, and many were persecuted, including Christians.